How would you like to learn how to use this stuff you get in the mail all the time and turn it into some really cool things? Well, today I'm going to show you how you can turn it into these cowboy hat air fresheners that you can hang in your own car. You can do them in any color or size. Fill them with potpourri and essential oils. Make your car smell real good. You can also turn them into a country hat like this, or a nice summer hat like this for the beach to hang in your car. So stick with me and I'm going to show you how to make the cowboy hat part today. And now I have my own Etsy site, so if you don't want to make one of these but you still want to get one, you can click on the link below and you can order right from my Etsy site if you'd like to just purchase one of these for yourself instead of making it. But I think it's a lot more fun to make it, so I'm going to show you how to do that right now. Okay, so to begin, you want to take your packing wrap and you want to lay it flat. Take a saucer and you want to get a pen. And by the way, all the supplies for this will be listed below the video that you'll need for this project. So I do it over cardboard because when you trace through, you don't want to get it on your table or anything. You just go around. And you're going to do this twice to make 2 circles. Once you have your circles, you want to go ahead and cut those circles out. Just following along the line you traced. Okay, so now you should have 2 circles like this cut out. You want to set these aside. And now you're going to take your plastic container that you have from, I don't know, sauce or dressing or whatever, and you're going to create this little mold for the hat. And how you do that is you're going to take a knife and you're going to score the center. And then you're going to push down in the back and you're just going to make it like this where you get 2 bumps in the middle. And to hold it in place, you can tape it like I have here. It makes it a little bit better for whenever you put stuff on top of it to have it taped. Okay, so now once you've had this taped, you want to cut out a square of this other paper that doesn't have the slots. You can just estimate how big it would be. Just cut a square out. So I'm just taking the Mod Podge and painting it right over the plastic. And then I'm going to put the paper that I've cut over top of the Mod Podge. And just push it down on there and form fit it to the way that you want the hat top to look. Okay, when you have it about how you want it to be, you want to cover this whole thing now with Mod Podge again on the top like this. What I've done is I've cut a similar square out of this type of packing material, and then I'm just going to, as you see, this is wet with Mod Podge still. I'm going to go ahead and lay this the way I want it to go over top of this. And now what we want to do is take a rubber band and place it around the very bottom base of it so that it secures it while it's drying. And you want to apply, again, Mod Podge to the top, and then you let that dry and set it aside. So I've let it dry and I've trimmed around the excess so that it looks like this. What I'm going to do next is one of these circles that we cut out before. I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm going to fold it in half again. I'm going to take my scissors and just create a little bit of a slit down the center, enough where when I want to fit it over the center of the hat, it just goes right over top of it nicely like this. Okay, so you want to do that, and you want to take the bottom piece. You don't have to cut this yet, but you're going to secure these 2 together, all with Mod Podge. First you're going to secure the top to the hat, and then you're going to secure them together to each other with the Mod Podge. As you see, I have applied the Mod Podge, and by the way, as you're doing this, you want to smooth it clear to the edges. We're going to trim the edges later anyway, but you want to smooth it to the edge. And like I said, if you're doing it on cardboard, you want to move it off of here pretty rapidly so that it doesn't glue to the cardboard. And what you can do is, once you get it off the cardboard, the part at the top here where we have Mod Podge before but it's dried, You want to take that and put it on a different piece of the cardboard. Flip it over like that and just let it dry. And by the way, if you need any of these supplies, like the brushes that I use or the Mod Podge, I have an Amazon link below where you could click on and you could order these things for this project. So once this is almost completely dry, you want to take and trim it down to the size that you would like for your hat edges to be. And trim it all the way around. You can shape it different shapes because there are different shapes of cowboy hats. So whatever you prefer. And you may have to trim it a few times to get it even. And don't worry if your edges are sticking out a little, because you can go back and Mod Podge this again, and you really should. Alright, so what do we do next is take a pen, and as you see this one, like this, I've curled the edges up on this, and that's how I did it with a pen. So that's what I'm going to do again. I'm going to go ahead and just roll. Remember, it's still partially wet, so when you roll it, it's going to hold its form as it dries. And you can always re-roll it and apply more Mod Podge if it isn't as curled as you would like for it to be. Okay. And also, if you want the hat to bend in the front or in the back, you want to kind of form fit that at this point also. As I was saying, you might want to do different shapes, like for instance this one, they didn't curl quite as much. This one I curled up a lot more. So it's all about what you like. Now, for what we just did here, you'll see that this bottom is filled in, but because we want to fill the center with potpourri eventually, we're going to take our scissors and just make an X across the middle here. Just cut it out. And then trim around the circle and just eliminate the center so that we have a round opening in the middle where we can fill it with potpourri. Now we're to the really fun part where we get to decorate. So what I did was I have these old earrings that I found, but Amazon has some really great turquoise looking jewels, and I'll put the link below to those that you could use if you don't have like something around the house that you want to use up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slit this hat in the front here. I'm going to insert this earring, and then I'm also going to wrap this ribbon that I got around, and I'm going to make it exactly like this one in appearance. And then I'll show you how to adhere the string and put the potpourri inside. A hot glue gun, and I put the jewel on the front, and I'm just putting some hot glue to adhere the ribbon around the hat. To the edge, I glued the sides. I just tie the back two ends like this and pull it snug. And then you can put glue to hold these in place if you'd like to. So this is what it basically looks like. But now you have to decide whether you want to put the string through the top like this and have it hang like this, or if you want something more like this where the string hangs from this part. So it's either through the top of the hat, or like this. Now I'm going to show you the way I did this one. So we have this together, so we're going to go ahead and poke holes through the top of this carefully so you don't hurt yourself. You just want to puncture it enough to put a string through. Okay, so then you want to take some string. I happen to have this around the house, but I'm sure you can get this from Amazon or somewhere as well. And you just estimate how long you want the string to be, like if you're hanging it from your car mirror, how long you figure it would be. And then you just snip it, and you put it down through the holes. You can use your knife to push it down through. So you want to flip the hat over and take the two ends of the string that you worked through and just tie them together. Snug towards the bottom of the hat. Okay. Now we're going to talk about how to put the potpourri and the netting on the bottom here. So what I do is, because I like to upcycle, if I have any of these that you keep garlic in, the garlic comes in, you can use this netting. Okay. Or you could buy this tule from Amazon, and this is ivory color tule, and you just cut a square of this out, and you can put that on the bottom. But before we do that, we want to fill it up with the potpourri. So I have lavender potpourri here. I filled it with potpourri, and I just took this square that I cut, I folded it in half like this, because I like it to be 2-ply. And then I'm going to adhere it on here by just going around with hot glue and securing the netting. At this point, if your potpourri doesn't have a strong enough scent, because sometimes it gets dried out, you can take some essential oil. I use the doTERRA lavender essential oil or the cassia, which is the cinnamon kind of flavor smell. But that really enhances them if you want to spruce them up after they get dried out after a little while. Put it over, shape it a little bit, however you want to do, and you have your hat. I hope you enjoyed today's project of how to make cowboy hat air fresheners. But I have a question for you before we go, and that is, would you like to see me make this sun hat the next video, or this country hat, or would you like to see me turn these cowboy hats into little hats for dogs? If you could comment below and let me know, I'd really appreciate that. And also, if you'd like to purchase these outright, don't forget there's a link below for Etsy website, and you can get it directly from there. And also now I'm going to have written downloadable directions step by step for you if you're interested in making one of these and you want to go step-by-step directions. Also, thank you so much to those that stuck with me as subscribers. And if you want to subscribe, just click the subscribe button and hit the bell and you'll be notified of my upcoming videos. And also, if you like this video, it'd be great if you hit the like and comment below. Thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful day.